MrBeast gifted someone a car, and people are mad at him for it. Andrew Tate has been released from prison. Adin Ross made a joke that people are pretty angry at, and Jake Paul did something with James Charles, allegedly. All of that today on this episode of Drama YouTube News. Yeah. So people are mad at MrBeast again, unsurprisingly. At this point, I think we just have to accept that the dude is so popular that someone's gonna find something wrong with him for us to laugh at once in a while. Whether it be people mad at him for paying for people's surgery to not be blind anymore, or him paying for thousands of African children to have shoes that a bunch of people criticize him for. The guy can be as charitable as he wants, and regardless, someone's gonna have a problem with him doing that. And in today's news, we have people being mad at MrBeast for giving someone a free car. A new free car worth like $25,000. And people are mad at him for giving it away for free. Yeah, I know, right? Surprising. YouTuber MrBeast in hot water for tipping waitress a branded car. And basically, MrBeast went out to eat some breakfast and decided to surprise his server by giving her a free Toyota Corolla. I mean, it's not a Lamborghini, but it's a pretty nice new car to have, you know, reliable, good gas mileage. My first car was actually a, I think, 2015 or 16 Toyota Corolla. Nothing wrong with that.
What's the biggest tip you've ever gotten?
Like 50.
$50?
Yeah.
Has anyone ever tipped a car?
Oh my,
Have you seen our TikTok before? It's MrBeast. Does that ring a bell? Don't pass out.
Serious? You're lying. This is a car key. This is not a car.
You want to see it? It's outside. Let's go. Right over here, you'll see your brand new car.
Are you serious?
Yes. Oh wow, I wasn't expecting you to cry.
I mean, this isn't real.
No, it is real. Just hit the unlock button, see if it makes noise.
I was literally late to work today because the Uber was so early. I'm like panicking. I can't even. I'm like in such shock right now. I don't even know how to drive.
Enjoy the car.
Thank you so much.
But now people are being critical of him, saying that this is a bad gift, it's a bad tip. He did it to be totally self-interested and be a piece of shit. At least that's how it's being spun in the media. That's how people are saying that it's being talked about. So let's see where the source of this criticism is and see what they actually said to see if this is, you know, a valid criticism, or to see if this is being blown out of proportion, or to see if maybe there's another side to this.
Has anyone ever tipped a car?
Oh my,
Y'all want to see the car? Holy! Wow, MrBeast. Thank you so much for giving me the leftover MrBeast company car. I love the logos and the lightning bolt on it. I'm gonna love driving this to my waitressing job every day.
And honestly, this is not that big of a deal, right? She didn't say he's a bad person. She didn't say he doesn't deserve to have his platform like the lefties say. She is just saying it's funny that the car he gifted is like the MrBeast branded Feastables car, you know? At the end of the day, obviously, she could just take the wrap off and drive it just fine. Or she can sell it for the money with or without the wrap to, you know, get a bunch of money off of it. I'm sure someone wants to buy the MrBeast custom vehicle, some dedicated fan. But this girl just makes fun of the fact that the car is a moving advertisement for MrBeast, which honestly is kind of funny. I personally would not really want to drive this car with the branding, you know, and she's just poking fun at that. She elaborated on this in a follow-up response because a bunch of people raged at her for this car video she made, basically just laughing at it, and people said that she was trying to cancel MrBeast, and obviously she wasn't. She just thought it was funny.
That is so funny. Like, how do you not find that funny? The only time that I've ever felt so strongly about somebody that, you know, I can't even handle someone kind of making fun of them, my boyfriend. A man that I'm f***ing on the regular. Are you having sex with MrBeast? No? Then take his dick out of your mouth. What are you doing? Like, watch his content all you want, cool, but watch it like a normal person. Like, you really should be able to handle it when someone's like, this is kind of silly. You should be able to deal with that. Bro, I'm not making a statement. I grew up with Ellen and Oprah. I grew up with girls coming to school in the morning being like, bro, Ellen just gave something to someone on TV, oh my god. I've seen it before, and we'll see it again. Who cares?
Sadly, that's not where the story ends, though, because in this particular instance, the car in question features a wrap, possibly a paint job, emblazoned with MrBeast's chocolate bar company logo and branding. That has not sat well with citizens of the interweb. So basically, she has to do promotion for his company by driving the car, one person tweeted. That was far from the most vitriolic comments. Your insurance and taxes are about to be wild, wrote another. Others said that he decorated the car like a 12-year-old fan's laptop. It's also not the only time MrBeast, whose real name is Jimmy Donaldson, has been in hot water over a giveaway of his of one sort or another. Recently, he paid for 1,000 people to have sight-restoring cataract surgery. Despite the objective good that came about through that effort, some decried it as charity corn. And the thing about this is, whether he's doing self-promo for himself in addition to gifting the car, or he gives it away with no pretense, I'm kind of indifferent, right? End of the day, the reason he's able to give stuff away is by making money off of his content, off of his company, being a successful YouTuber and businessman, so I'm kind of fine with him giving it away and using that to give more stuff away. Like, this car was undoubtedly bought with ad revenue or his chocolate company's money, which wouldn't exist without his public presence, publicizing all this stuff, so it kind of makes sense that he would promote his brand in some way at the same time. I honestly don't blame him for that.
Well, of course, take care. Enjoy the car.
Thank you so much.
You can get rid of the logo.
It's kind of cool.
Hey, I agree.
It's giving a little bit. Is it not giving? I think I'm gonna keep it.
But at the same time, the girl who made fun of him, I guess, there's not nearly as much outrage here as people have made it out to be, and he certainly is not being canceled for this, right? He's just receiving a few negative comments and videos on TikTok, so it's not that big of a deal. He's not being canceled or anything. It's just some light ribbing, some light criticism. And honestly, it is kind of funny that, you know, she got given the fucking MrBeast branded Toyota Corolla. But yeah, on to the next story.
Boys and girls.
Sorry, you guys aren't boys and girls. You're intellectual women and men. Intellectual zerzems. Yes, you read that right. World-renowned internet misogynist Andrew Tate has been released from prison. According to a report by The Mirror, Andrew and his brother Tristan Tate were able to successfully appeal against their detention. The news comes after a judge recently extended their stay and denied bail, but the two were successful in their latest appeal and are now on house arrest. Tate had been in jail since December 2022 when his home was raided by Romanian authorities and arrested on suspicion of human trafficking, rape, and forming an organized crime group. Now, Andrew Tate is someone I've known about for years and covered in a video on the Turkey Tom channel about 8 months ago at this point, which is pretty wild to think about. That much time has passed. And around the time I made my video was also when everyone else on the internet decided to get really mad at him, saying he needed to be banned. And as a result, he was in fact deplatformed from a few social media sites. And then 3 months ago, he was arrested on suspicion of human trafficking. Some girls had apparently come forward and claimed Tate would use the lover boy method of trafficking women, where he would travel to meet them, make them fall in love with him, and then get them to live in his house in Romania with him, get them to sign predatory contracts where he gets all of the money for their work, and then get rich off of them doing Instagram and OnlyFans modeling, right? He would quote-unquote manage them. And a lot of this is stuff he admitted to on various podcasts that this is what he was doing. But I think the contention that his fans have with this accusation and this claim is that they don't see this as human trafficking. They see this as just being a player or something, right? Because when you hear of human trafficking, you think like shackles and being transported across the Mexican border in a musty, dingy, dank truck and then sold into slavery, right? That's what you think about. But the reality of the situation is that this definition legally can expand to other things, and the accusation is that Tate is guilty of a crime by that definition, as well as being accused of sexual assault, obviously. And when Tate was banned, I basically came out against that, which I got a lot of shit for because I hadn't seen any official charges filed against him. We hadn't seen him put in jail or anything. And so that's why I spoke out against that. But with the passage of time, obviously, and more investigation, we may actually see him be put in jail for this for a longer period of time, you know? And he was also accused of sexual assault, apparently. Tate's lawyer has appealed many times while he and his brother Tristan were in jail in Romania, and now they've finally been allowed back in their home. My understanding is that a lot of their cars and money have been confiscated, so they're not exactly going back to how things were before. He doesn't have the M5, he doesn't have the Bugatti anymore. He should just give the M5 to me, honestly. I think I could use it really well. Andrew Tate, I'll say I love you to, like, all my fans if you just give me the M5, please. Please just give me the M5. Give me the fucking M5. And they're still awaiting trial, of course, while under house arrest, so they can't really leave their home. They can't really do anything except on, I think, special occasions is the terms of their house arrest. But regardless of that, they are out, and I predict we'll see some content coming from them pretty soon. There's already been a video from the night of the release of Andrew speaking where he said this.
I have no resentment in my heart for the country of Romania or for anybody else. I just believe in the truth.
It was political, so...
I believe in God, and I think that the fire of truth will eventually destroy all lies, and anybody who lies in a long enough time frame will feel the sting of regret, and I believe in this. Yeah, sure. I truly believe that justice will be served in the end. There is 0% chance of me being found guilty of something I have not done. I maintain my absolute innocence, and I think most people understand this, and I look forward to being home. So thank you very much, everybody.
What are your plans for the next days?
When I was in jail, I did 7,417 push-ups.
So he remains adamant he did nothing wrong and is not guilty of the charges that he's being accused of. Whether he believes that or not, or whether he's just posturing to his audience and saying that to put on a good public face, I can't say. That being said, I am pretty confident he's admitted to at least some of this stuff. Whether or not you agree with the law here, it seems like he was engaging in this lover boy method. He's even written courses in the past about it and publicly sold them, right? How to, you know, make women fall in love with you and then get them to work for you.
When you say webcam company, people assume, oh, it's just a sex fest. But in reality, it's a shitload of people management. The HR category of the webcam business is the largest and most important thing. You're effectively taking girls, teaching them how to make unlimited money from home and then making sure they give it all to you.
And there's a lot that goes into this case that I'm not totally educated on, but at the same time, there's enough here that, in my opinion, at the very least, Andrew was basically hiring a bunch of these girls and then making all of the money off of them somewhat exploitatively and basically using them. He gets them to be emotionally vulnerable with him, and then he exploits them to make money off of them under the pretense of some kind of relationship, right? Now, moving on from that, Andrew was claimed that he was actually abused while in jail on Twitter. He claimed there were some rather harsh conditions. Obviously, this must have been some staff member he had running his Twitter account because he was in jail at the time a lot of these things were tweeted. But the claim is that he dealt with some pretty harsh stuff while incarcerated. During his time in custody, Andrew Tate claimed he was subjected to abuse, including being forced to fight off bugs to eat cold food due to his fasting for the Muslim holiday of Ramadan. The influencer had hinted at a potential release on Friday on social media when he tweeted, "Friday, inshallah," which translates to, "if God wills" or "God willing." Tate and his brother will now remain on house arrest alongside 2 women who were also arrested in connection to the investigation until April 29th. They will need to stay in the building where they live unless they get permission from the courts to be able to leave. And I read a little more about this, and the reason they were held for so long is that the judge believed they may use their resources to get out of the country and go to some hiding place in Dubai or something like that to avoid prosecution, somewhere that they wouldn't be reached by the Romanian authorities. The reason they thought this is because the Tates have bragged in the past to other people about having extra passports and stuff, about having documents that could get them out of the country. But I guess now the government believes that he's not really posing a flight risk, and as a result, he was let out. They're on house arrest until April 29th, and I believe that will be a pivotal point in the investigation, whether or not the house arrest ends and the charges are dropped, or if the investigation produces something more fruitful, you know? Whether or not any kind of criminal trial will actually see him facing more jail time or fines, I cannot say, so I guess we'll just have to wait and see on that front as more information comes out. I'll definitely be following the story, so be sure to subscribe for updates, boys and Zerzems. But at the very least, I can predict that we'll be seeing some more Andrew Tate content coming online very, very, very soon, and I'll be excited for that. Obviously, I like to see the pocket stirred a little bit. Yeah. Now, streamer Adin Ross is in the news again for a joke he made, which has upset a lot of people. And in this clip, while talking about trans people, he said that his pronouns are /them. Yeah, I had to heavily censor that.
My pronouns are ze, zem, zir, and zirs. I would refer to mixed cogdill. Mixed C is my teacher. Z
so cringe, bro.
I don't think I would want my kid in this class. Am I reactionary? I wonder if Nathan has
Listen, bro. To all you guys that get to pick your pronouns, my pronouns is kill/them, okay? Fuck all y'all, bro. Y'all are making the world a shitty place, bro. I'm gonna call you either a guy or a girl. I'm not calling you by a cat, by a turtle. I'm gonna fuck. You got a tail or fucking whiskers. I'm gonna fuck, bro. I'm gonna give a fuck, bro. Fuck all y'all, bro. Self-entitled pussies.
Once again, had to heavily censor this clip for YouTube TOS, but if you look it up, you can see exactly what he said, including on the Drama Alert Twitter account. A lot of people were very angry at what he said. Adin claimed it was just a dumb joke and he didn't mean anything by it, but that was not a good enough explanation for a lot of people. Trainwrecks, who runs Kick, the site Adin was streaming on, has made it clear he does not support this joke and thinks it's in bad taste. But at the same time, he feels like Adin is not a hateful person. My personal opinion is that it's an edgy joke. It's a very off-color joke. Some people will claim that he's calling for death. Call me naive, but I don't think that Adin Ross is as bigoted as you think he is. Nor do I think he's going fash mode in this clip, okay? I think he has very little interest in any real politics. Genuinely, I think his only interest is making money on the internet, and beyond that, he has no real motivation. Whatever he thinks will be the most controversial or funny thing or embolden his audience to spam base in his chat is what he'll do. But at the same time, I mean, he's on a huge platform on this, like, new live streaming site, so he should know not to say stuff like that publicly, if only for the sake of his own self-preservation, right? And Train responded to this by saying the following.
It's a stupid, stupid thing you said. But I'm going to give him a chance to go live today, dress it, and apologize. And if it's anything short of that, then action will have to be taken, right? Action will have to be taken. So that's just how it is. That's just how it is. It was a joke. How, bro? How? You can't say it was a joke. Like that's like the worst thing you could say. That's a joke. You can make 500 jokes, right? He could have literally made the joke of, I don't care if you tell me you're a turtle or a butterfly, whatever the fuck he said, right? That I would still argue is a little transphobic, but you could say it's a joke and the platform is a little bit more free, fine. But to say /them is not a joke. in no way, shape, or form can you cop out and say it's a joke.
And they also had a decent conversation on live stream about what Adin said, what his true intentions were, you know, how he feels about the situation. Now, Train has been saying some pretty interesting stuff about Kick lately. He basically said that the owners of Kick, the stake.com executives, basically want an anything goes mentality where they censor nothing and just collect money off of the gambling streams. Train Rex, meanwhile, sees the long-term issues with not censoring anything, because if they want to be able to monetize the site to be more mainstream in the future, then they need to be clear about moderation now so people don't feel like they have the rug pulled out from under them in the future if they build up these edgy audiences off of doing super raunchy stuff and then get banned later on, right? He doesn't want that to happen. He doesn't want there to be this big switch up. He wants to be just clear about his intentions the entire time. So he says he's going to be clamping down on behavior like this from streamers, so the site does not become a cesspool of just like the most edgy stuff you can possibly say, right? Some people will claim that this undermines the original appeal to Kick.com as the site, right? But I actually get it, because realistically, Kick is still way more free than any other mainstream platform right now. More, you know, free than Twitch, more free than even probably like somewhere like DLive. But in order to make the site last long term, they'll need to have some level of content moderation and being careful with what people can and cannot say. So in that way, I sympathize with Train, and I think you should dish out punishments here and there for stuff like this in order to maintain the longevity of the site. You know, if you want it to be a long-term project, you got to come to terms with the fact that you need some level of content moderation to appeal to mainstream people. You just do. Personally, if I was running my own live streaming site, I'd probably have a more, you know, relaxed free speech policy. I understand Train's intention, and I understand why he's, you know, doing the things he's doing.
I'll tell you what, it's all love and respect for Train. If Train got an issue, I'll take me and my SSB boys will leave Kick, bro. We'll leave, bro. If that's truly what you want, Train, I'll leave, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'll leave, bro. I don't want to deal with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'll leave, Chad. I'll leave. I'm not gonna sit here and be called. You guys are saying these same things. If it's true, come on, bro. I'm not gonna be sat down and disrespected. But I got nothing but respect for this guy. I do.
Adin really is going mask off on his streams as of late, so I think we'll be hearing from him again very, very soon. He's been putting out a lot of wild content, and I think he will be another news story in the near future, so look out for that. And for the final story of the day, we have something just weird. Jake Paul is someone you guys all know, very popular YouTuber and now boxer who's been pretty much killing it for a few years now. And then we have James Charles, who you're also all familiar with, popular beauty makeup YouTuber. Lots of accusations against him. I don't really know the reality of those, but he's been accused of many things by many people. Well, according to this podcast clip, something very strange may have happened regarding both of them. I don't know if this is real whatsoever. This is just some dude I've never heard of making a claim on a podcast I've never heard of about two people I know not that much about. So take it with a massive, 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 massive grain of salt. But if it's real, then that is something else.
Look at the camera.
Jake Paul. Ask him about James Charles, okay?
Wait, what?
Ask Jake Paul about James Charles, or have James Charles on, and then he could actually he signed the NDA. So, but yeah.
NDAs don't mean shit.
So he wants to fucking goddamn say all that shit. Have James Charles on. Ask him about Jake Paul, the Team 10 house. I think you probably know.
I will.
Do you know about?
No, I don't.
Really?
Would you like to say?
Nah.
You're gonna get in trouble?
No, I can't get in trouble. I think that's his business, and he can do whatever the fuck he wants. I'm not against that, but when you threaten people and what's that word? Extort them.
Extort them.
That's when it gets to a point. Just fucking be who you are, bro.
Wow, okay.
When James Charles got his BBL, Jake Paul didn't leave his computer for 3 days, went through 5 bottles of lube, and didn't have a clean sock left in his home. SMDH. Jake, reach out for help, bro. You need it, homie. So yeah, if that happened, maybe Jake Paul got his freak on a little bit. Good for him, I guess. But yeah, I think on that note, we're going to wrap up today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, leave a like. If you disliked it, leave a dislike. Follow my Instagram at TomButDark. Follow my friend's Twitter at AnonBird with 2 D's on screen right now. Thank you, Turkey Tom, Tom Dark Loyal Editor. Check out my website at turkeytom.net. Join my Discord at turkeytom.gg. And follow my Instagram for a shout out in my next video. I'm going to be picking one of your guys' accounts to follow me to promo at the end of my next video if you follow me on Instagram. So yeah, I'll see you all in the next video real soon. Bye.